In the latter half of the 20th century, the world witnessed a remarkable transformation in South Africa that would forever change the course of history. Apartheid, a brutal system of racial segregation and oppression, was dismantled through the tireless efforts of individuals and the collective spirit of a nation. In this documentary, we embark on a journey to explore the origins, the tumultuous journey, and the ultimate triumph of democracy in South Africa. The roots of apartheid. Our story begins with the roots of apartheid, a policy enacted in 1948 that institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination. The apartheid regime, led by the National Party, created a system where racial groups were separated, and the black majority was systematically oppressed. This marked the beginning of a dark era in South African history, where the majority of the population suffered under discriminatory laws. The Defiance Campaign. Resistance to apartheid emerged almost immediately, with brave individuals and organizations challenging the status quo. The Defiance Campaign, led by the African National Congress (ANC) and the South African Indian Congress, saw acts of civil disobedience and peaceful protest. People from all walks of life, including Nelson Mandela and Albertina Sisulu, took part in these demonstrations. The Sharpeville Massacre in 1960, where police killed 69 peaceful protesters, marked a turning point, and international outrage against apartheid began to mount. Nelson Mandela and imprisonment. Nelson Mandela, a symbol of hope and resilience, emerged as a pivotal figure in the fight against apartheid. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality led to his arrest and imprisonment in 1962. Mandela spent 27 years behind bars, becoming a global icon for the struggle against apartheid. His time in prison was marked by adversity, but also by the resilience and unity of his fellow inmates, as they defied their captors and educated themselves. Mandela's letters, smuggled from his cell, offered a glimpse into the man who would one day become South Africa's first black president. International pressure and sanctions. The global community began to take notice of the injustice in South Africa. International pressure mounted as the apartheid regime faced condemnation and economic sanctions. Activists around the world joined the struggle, calling for a peaceful transition to a free and democratic South Africa. The voices of artists, musicians, and political leaders, including the likes of Desmond Tutu, further galvanized the anti-apartheid movement. Their activism demonstrated the interconnectedness of the world's fight against racial injustice. The beginning of negotiations. The 1980s brought significant changes to South Africa. Apartheid's oppressive grip began to weaken, and the government, under President F.W. de Klerk, initiated a series of reforms. In 1990, Nelson Mandela was released from prison, a momentous event that signaled a new era. The long and arduous path to negotiations had begun. The ANC, led by Mandela, entered into discussions with the apartheid government. The CODESA talks, marked by heated debates and difficult compromises, laid the foundation for the country's transition to democracy. The first democratic elections. On April 27, 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections, a moment that would reverberate around the world. People of all races lined up to cast their votes, marking the end of apartheid and the dawn of a new era. Nelson Mandela's election as the country's first black president was a testament to the power of reconciliation and the triumph of democracy. The inauguration of President Mandela was a deeply emotional and symbolic event, signifying the hope for a united South Africa. The path to reconciliation. The end of apartheid was not without challenges. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission, led by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, provided a platform for victims and perpetrators of apartheid-era crimes to seek truth, forgiveness, and closure. It was a testament to South Africa's commitment to healing and moving forward. A legacy of hope. The end of apartheid in South Africa is a story of courage, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, change is possible when individuals and nations unite in the pursuit of justice and equality. South Africa's transformation, led by figures like Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, and countless others, resonates as an inspiring example of how reconciliation can triumph over division. As we conclude this journey through the end of apartheid in South Africa, we recognize that it is a story of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It is a testament to the idea that, when people come together with a common vision of justice and equality, they can overcome the greatest of challenges and change the course of history. The legacy of those who fought against apartheid continues to inspire generations to strive for a more just and equitable world, reminding us that the pursuit of justice is a journey worth embarking upon, no matter how daunting the road may seem.